So, okay, let me do this. First, I'm gonna get my what am I saying? First, I'm going to anyway. I'm meal prepping today, and this is something I normally do on Friday, but I didn't have time or didn't have really the energy to do it on Friday. We're gonna do it today. Before I do that, let me change into something real quick. Give me just a second. Whoever is here so far, thank you for being here. Yeah, I'm gonna meal prep. First, hi Armani. Yes, you're first. Hello to whoever just popped in a second ago. Who is that? CJ? Hi CJ. Okay, let me put this on real fast, just so I look more appropriate for the camera. And then I'll take us all back downstairs so I can start cooking. My goal is to be done with everything in 2 hours so I can just have the rest of the night to relax. But it's been pretty busy, you guys. Crazy busy. Life has been lifing, to say the least, but I'm still finding positive things to be grateful for. And yeah, it's been kind of tough, but life can be tough. It's just about learning how to navigate it. Wait, what? What song City Cat was for? Oh, hi, Billy. Sure you were. I haven't seen you in a while. Glad I could catch you live. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So now that we're all here, let's cook. So I'm gonna make breakfast, lunch, and dinner for next week, for this upcoming week, because I think I have a feeling it's gonna be a busy week, and I don't have time to be like figuring out what I'm gonna eat. Should I bring a microphone too so that you guys can hear me? I should have did all this before I went live. So what's everybody up to on this lovely Sunday? I feel like I've had, how many days will it last? It will only last 4 days. Because if I cook too much, it can go bad, and I hate food spoiling. Okay, so that's ready to go. Usually Friday, I'll just wing it. Did the power outage affect your last meal prep? No, it didn't. You're right. That's right. That happened while I had my meal prep in the fridge, but it did not. Thank God. You're making some of that famous tuna. Oh, you remember that, Billy? No. So today I'm making, for breakfast, I'm going to make breakfast burritos for the week, and then I'm going to freeze them so that when I get to work, I can just like pop them in the microwave and eat them. And then for lunch, I'm going to have, I don't really know what it's called, but it's like a salad thing that has, I'll show you guys as I go. It's going to be like they call it a mush bowl, but this mush bowl is going to have all this like protein and cottage cheese and stuff like that. And then for dinner, I'm doing this Italian vegan spaghetti. Kind of heavy, but I'm trying to get my protein in because I want to try to lift this week as well. You bet my flirtatious neighbor makes bomb food? What makes you think that? What makes you indicate? What has indicated that he makes good food? Hi, Grayson. All right, so this is what I make my vegan spaghetti with, you guys. So this angel hair pasta, it's with cognac noodles, and it's cognac yams and oat flour. So these are like noodles made out of yams and oat flour. There's only like 30 calories, and it's just like so good. It's a great texture. And then I have these vegan Italian, it's like fennel sausages, Italian garlic and fennel. And then this is tomato basil sauce. And then I like to throw in steamed broccoli in my spaghetti. I know it's not like a norm, but it's really good when I do it like this. So that's for, I don't know if I'll do this for lunch or dinner yet. I haven't made up my mind. You love my earrings? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Um, so to start, I'm gonna get a bowl. What am I saying? I'm gonna get a pan. I'm gonna get two pans actually. Two pans. And then I need my steamer pot. The steamer pot is what I'm gonna steam my broccoli in. I feel like this one's gonna take this should go pretty quickly. So what I do is I put obviously water in. Rinse that out first. I put water in the pan or the pot. And then I steam the broccoli in there. Never had broccoli and spaghetti. You know what? I feel like any steamed vegetable goes well with pasta as long as it's good. Like you can put squash in spaghetti, you can put zucchini in spaghetti. Anything steamed as a vegetable to me can go in some type of a pasta with marinara sauce. That's how I see it. And it hasn't failed me yet. Hi Mecca. Hello J Dog. Hi Leanna. Hi I. Where are you watching this from, I? What country are you in? Are you in Europe? Iconic. I just realized what your name means. Iconic. That's funny. All right, let's do the show you guys what's going on here. Just arranging my pot here, my pots. I think we'll do the broccoli in the back. Turn that to like a medium high. And then I add this top lid here at the top to steam it, which is helpful. I just set the broccoli on top here, and I'll put a lid on top. So these can kind of come in large packages, like large blocks of broccoli florals. Oh, Mecca's from Puerto Rico. What time it is? What time is it? It is almost 2 p.m. I made spaghetti noodles a few days ago in a heavy cream sauce. Well, that sounds good. What kind of sauce was it? Fettuccine garlic and oil, chopped spinach with sprinkles of feta cheese. Mmm, that sounds so good. I haven't even really had breakfast yet, so I'm like doing all this cooking on an empty stomach. But all of it sounds delish and nutrish. Oh, I'm tripping. You guys, I have the front eye on when I had it sitting on the back. Sometimes I turn on the wrong eye and set the pan on the wrong spot. I'm like, why isn't this cooking? That's how tired I am. At any point, let me know when you guys can't hear me because that means the microphone died. And I'll just talk without it. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. I've had a pretty good weekend so far. A lot has been going on with family and stuff, and it's been kind of hard, but I'm remaining grateful and recognizing that there's still going to be good things that happen in the midst of the storm. And so I hope that you guys keep your mind on that as well for all the personal things that you go through in life, that there's always something to be grateful for, you know. No matter how hard it is, this too shall pass. Good times are ahead, laughter is ahead, good things are ahead, always. But it's sometimes we can't appreciate the good times without the times that are uncomfortable and hard. That's why seasons exist. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Hello, Alex. I get these broccoli in these little bags, so I try to cook them all at the same time because knowing me, it's just going to go bad if I don't. All right, cool. So all the broccoli is broken up into the necessary pieces. We're going to let that steam like that. I'm going to clean up this counter here. Stove top. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Sadika, and this is Soulspiration by Sadika. And I provide personal development tips and to help you improve your social life, your dating life, and all the things to make you accept yourselves more. Because what's this life without self acceptance, you know? Preaching to the choir. You can be confident and go after the things that you want in this lifetime and know that you deserve it just like the next person. So, please know that I am here for you when you need an uplifting word, an ear, etc. What are you making again? I'm making Italian sausage spaghetti with marinara sauce with steamed broccoli. Whenever I make this, I usually make it with steamed broccoli. Maybe I'll switch it up. Maybe I'll switch it up next time and do like a zucchini or something. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut up this Italian sausage and cook that. And while that's cooking, I will cook the cognac noodles. I try to make this stuff as fast as possible so I'm not in the kitchen all day. I still have to cook lunch and breakfast. So, hey Terry, hello from New York, hello from Southern California. I look like ASMR for the eyes. That's so sweet. Very classy, ladylike. You're genuinely beautiful and intelligent. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Cook dinner. This could be for dinner. I think when I make meals that can be interchanged for lunch and dinner, I do that very thing. I'll interchange the two. You know what I mean? Like this is spaghetti that could be taken for lunch or it could also be taken for dinner. So for work tomorrow, I actually have to go out of town and drive up an hour and a half to a city up north. And so I was contemplating if I should just buy lunch tomorrow or bring my lunch tomorrow. It's going to be on an Air Force base for work. So I don't know if I have to. I hope I have access to microwaves because if I don't, then I don't know. I should probably just eat lunch at their cafeteria, which I don't want to do because I've been spending money all week, and the whole point of meal prepping is to save money. So I'll just probably see if I can get access to somebody's microwave and be like, hey, I brought lunch. Can I heat up my food? And I feel like they should give me access. I'm doing work for them for God's sake, you know. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Okay, I'm gonna turn this broccoli down a little bit. And now I'm going to cut up this Italian sausage. This is vegan, by the way. So for those of you guys who don't know, I've actually been vegan for, I want to say, I was vegan for 8 years. And just a year or 2 years ago, I think at this point, a year and a half ago, I've been eating meat again. But I still like to incorporate vegan dishes into my diet because I think too much animal products all the time is not good. But I also know that there are benefits to it, so I try to do both. But I think balance is the key to really most things. You work for the government? No, actually, I don't. Terry, it looks like you are, is that Marines, that hat you're wearing? I don't work for the government, but I do have contracts. The company that I work for has contracts with the Navy, with the Air Force, and so I'll do jobs on that site. And so it's a Air Force reserve up north that I'll have to drive up to tomorrow and do some work up there. I kind of like doing it because I get to be out of the office. It's interesting. It keeps things interesting, this type of job. Some jobs are too hard for me, and sometimes I have moments where I'm like, what did I get myself into? Other moments I'm like, this is kind of cool. I like that it's something new every day, that I get to go to different sites, different cities, even just go to different parts of town. Really nice. Oh, you're a sailor, or you were a sailor. That's awesome. Thanks for your service, Terry. Hi, Sergius. Marry you 39 years. Thank you, Alex. Alex likes my vibe. It's classy, he says. I'd agree with that. Hi, Amir. Hello, lifestyle. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the channel. Meal prepping for Sunday. Getting ourselves ready for the start of the week. I hope to inspire you to do the same thing if you have not already. Right. You know, honestly, guys, I don't like cooking with canola oil. It's not the best. I usually do avocado, but I'm all out of avocado. Oh, wait. Well, this is an avocado and extra virgin olive oil blend. Let's try some of this. Okay, that's better. Avocado and extra virgin olive oil. Way healthier than canola oil. You guys didn't know that. Your dad used to be in the army. How old you is? You guys, my birthday is next month. Oh shoot, my birthday is this Wednesday. My birthday is on the 19th, so I'm gonna be wiser. Another year wiser and more beautiful. I agree she is fine, but I think many are not ready for commitment. You think many are? Oh no, 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 Armani. I meant to say I was gonna say next week, but today's Sunday, so technically today is the first day of the week. I think you heard me use like the M sound. I was gonna say next Monday, but at the same time, my mind was thinking next week, but it's already Sunday. Technically, is the first day of the week, so that's what you heard. You look calm. I am calm. I'm actually kind of sleepy. Any plans? We're gonna keep it pretty chill. So the plan is to watch a movie at the theaters. My mom's gonna make dinner. I asked her specifically to get all the best ingredients to make like Mexican food. So she's gonna make like tacos and stuff. And then I'll probably just like treat myself to like a nice little service, like get my nails done. It'll be very chill. You look calm. Yeah, I'm calm because I'm sleepy. When I went to the hello Dark, hello Aaliyah. When I went to the you guys, yesterday I went to a an MLS soccer game in Los Angeles, and it was intense. It's so much rivalry between my home city and Los Angeles. There was like fights, and the security guards had to. It was crazy, but it was a lot of fun. And so I came in around 12:45 a.m. last night from because they got a bus and took us up there, all of us, all the staff, all the people part of the, like the fan, like the crazy fans who were like at the games every time going yeah and cheering the whole time. That's like the supporter section. They had a bus, like five or eight, seven buses for all of us to be taken up there, and they brought us tickets for free. So it was nice. Um, so yeah, and then this morning I booked. I got my first client for public speaking coaching. So I had a session for that this morning around 10 a.m. my time. And I'm pretty tired, I think. So anyway, that's a win. That's like an excitement, something exciting, along with everything else that's going on in my family's life right now. Um, there's just been some pretty cool things happening in between, and just trying to stay focused on the good. Anyway, I'm rambling. Aw, thanks, Liv. Tell your sister I said thank you. To God be the glory. Yes, sir. Ashe. Amen. So I'm cooking this Italian sausage here. And I'm going to go ahead and what's cool about these noodles, you guys, is that you don't really have to cook them. You just drop them on the floor. No, you just rinse them off, and yeah. Hold on. No, I'm still here. I just had to mute. Oh, thanks, Chris. I think I have my email in my description on my page. If yeah, I've always said to you guys, if you guys want to email me, you can. And just we'll chat and talk about stuff and yeah, I've always said that. But some people don't take me up on it. That's fine, no pressure, you know. Good night, Derek. Yeah, it's just that I don't know what kind of conversations will pop up while my microphone is on and what's going to be said. Anything like super crazy or personal that could be said. So I just mute it. Even when I stepped outside with my neighbor, like I didn't know what he was going to say. I don't know. Sometimes people they don't know that I'm live or that I'm online, so they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, so about your social security number," and I'm like, I'm kidding, but still, you get what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Terry. God bless, and thank you for popping by. I hope you subscribe if you haven't already and join the Soul Tribe. Got a lot of faithful tribe members here, Soul Tribe members here, who've been around for a while. I feel like we've had a lot of connection over time, so it's nice to kind of gain familiar faces and we can talk about all types of stuff in life, you know, and support each other. That's what I'm here to create. Did we miss the wedding? You did not miss the wedding. That is going to be Labor Day weekend. Thank you for subscribing, Terry. I appreciate that. So it's going to be September 5th, I think, Armani. Um, yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to turn that down. The broccoli looks like it's getting done soon here. I think it is done. Get the broccoli steaming, you guys. That looks in good shape. Smells good. That smells fire. Turn that off. Why is somebody wearing drum? What are you talking about? On I called you earlier. What did you call me about? And how did you call me? Anyway. Okay, so that's done. Now it's time to just, which is nice, is just rinse off these noodles. Can I open the cabinet? No. Good evening. What are you cooking? Hello, Isaiah. Thanks, Serenity. Have a good evening. I'm making pasta with Italian sausage and marinara sauce. I think I just made this dirtier than what it was. That's weird. Hello, everyone who just came in. So what I like about these noodles here is, like I said, you don't have to cook them. All you gotta do is just open the package. Oh, thank you, OG Hobbs. I appreciate that. You just made me want to make another short, which I haven't done in a while. So anyway, this is what the noodles look like. They're very like yes, I know. For those of you who are huge on like actual pasta and stuff, like don't judge me because I am simply trying to make it simple and also like less calories. So you just open them like this and then you rinse them off. I do end up putting them in the pot here with the rest of the food that I made. You guys will see right now how I do it. It just works. It's not like super duper common what I'm making. It's just me being creative, but it's been yummy for me. And so if it's not broke, don't fix it type of thing. My philosophy. Right? And I have one more container here. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's cognac noodles. Cognac. Cognac noodles. They have liquid in them already, so anyway, what I do is just rinse these off. So this is what it looks like the bowl. I just rinse them off in here twice. And then once everything's done cooking, I just dump it on top of the broccoli and the Italian sausage, which are also done. I just mix it all together in the pan and let it simmer so the sauce can kind of gently cook as well. And then I'm done. Easy peasy, hardly any calories, very tasty. Uh-oh. You're gonna see me fiddling with this bowl. I could get a strainer, but why do that when you can just do this? You guys ever like use utensils that don't are not proper just because it's just easier and you're like, why use the proper utensil when I could just like growing up my dad used to spread sauce on bread with a spoon. Like he never used a knife. And to me that makes more sense because you can scoop and spread, but I realize people typically um, use a knife. We can talk on private. You guys can also follow me on Instagram because when I go live, I can invite you to the stage, and that's how we could also connect one on one. So for those of you who are interested in that, follow me on Instagram. I'll go live on Instagram and then bring you guys to the stage. That's always fun. Okay, my microwave has told me. So we got the broccoli going. This is how I open. You can scoop with a knife. You can scoop with a knife, but not as well. Ugh. You guys, I need someone to help me open this. There we go. That's how you open up a tight container. You have to get the air from the inside out. Wild how this works. Anyway, so look at this. Check this out. Don't blink because you'll miss it. All right, we're dumping the noodles on top. We're grabbing one of these bad boys. Let me turn the rear eye on. Okay. We're using tomato basil pasta sauce. We're dumping on top. I usually use this whole thing, honestly, but because why not? Get everything nice and saucy. No need to add any water or anything because the water from the vegetables, the noodles, the sauce, gonna make its own liquid. So now it's just time to mix everything together. And these are not regular noodles, so they're not perfect, but they are very close to what you will make on your own with regular noodles. But making a mess here. I just mix it together. Make sure everything is getting plated or assorted with sauce and meat. You used to season your broccoli. Mail me some food. um, I don't so okay, what I usually do, I don't season the broccoli on its own, but when I'm done with the marinara sauce, that's enough sauces seasoning at it, to start. But I do like to go on top of my final prepared dish with Italian seasoning, pepper, oregano, um, yeah, Italian seasoning, oregano, pepper, and garlic powder, which I will add to my individual plates. Anyway, this is kind of what the final product looks like. Ouch. Pretty good. That was before you dumped everything within. I missed what you said. Yeah, I'm making pasta. Fiestas. Okay, cool. So now, the stove is on now and it's simmering and cooking, so the sauce is also cooking. Oh, hi Dakota. You also made your own version of noodles. What did you make? Everybody's in a noodle mood, I see. Noodles are fire. Like, how do you not? Anyone who doesn't like noodles, I'm questioning everything, actually. Is everything okay? Don't like noodles. Like, what does that even mean? What that look like? Okay, so I think that's good. This is vegan, so it doesn't need to cook as long. Sauce is nice and heated up. This looks fire. I'm so hungry. I think I might have a little bit of this tonight or right now, so I can get some calories in my body. Spaghetti with ground chicken meat sauce. Spaghetti with ground chicken. Oh, interesting. So the sauce was ground chicken meat sauce with noodles. Hey, honestly, if it was good, that's all that matters. Sometimes I realize when we cook things, we're trying to like make it seem good for everyone else to be like, "Ooh, that sounds good." But sometimes the things that we make works for us, and it works. Like this is like a random thing that I've created, but it's good, and I wouldn't understand why anyone would ever question it because hello, like, look at that. Have you tried tofu? Oh, I absolutely have. I was vegan for 8 years, by the way. Isaiah, look at this. You hear that kitty meowing? Turn this off. All right, let's get this into the bowl. Sure everything makes it in there. Delish. Nutrish. Kitty wasn't out. Let me show you guys Kitty Cat. He's a really cute cat. He just has an attitude problem. Come here, Kitty. He ran away. He was in a cabinet he wasn't supposed to be in, so that's why he ran. Um, these noodles didn't get any sauce on it somehow. It's actually a lot. So because it's vegan, it lasts me. I eat a lot of it at one time because the calories are so low. Um, and it'll last me from now until like Friday. It's so easy to eat a lot of this. It's so good. Okay, so now I want to make this mush bowl that I learned about. So this is influencer. She's a fitness coach for women, and she makes like really good food, and everything she makes is from scratch. So getting once out. 3 years in. Okay, Isaiah, so you've been vegan for 3 years. Period. That's good. Yeah, I had a nice run, and then I realized I want meat, but I also realized that now that I've done both things, it's important to have balance because people who turn vegan sometimes they'll realize that they're missing important parts of their diet, and then they'll just be like, "Well, I'm vegan, so I'm healthy." I'm like, "Well, not necessarily. How much protein are you getting, and are you getting fiber, and all the other things that are important for a square meal, a whole food square meals?" Me personally, I've been trying to increase my protein intake because the more protein you ate, the more satiated you get, and then you eat less calories. So, you guys, promise me that you will convince me to go to bed on time today. That means you go back to the dark side. You're never going back, Isaiah. Good for you. I honestly just feel I think okay, here's what I'll say. If you're gonna be vegan, you have to cook, like, for real, for real. And honestly, now that I cook every week like this, there really is no excuse for me not to be vegan. Because if I'm gonna be in the kitchen like this, I might as well be cooking vegan food. And I think the problem with me is that I was working remotely when I was vegan mostly. I was either an entrepreneur and working wherever I wanted to, or I was working remote. And so the level of laziness that remote work has had on me, don't ask me why, it just did. I just wasn't wanting to cook. And so I was a very lazy vegan. Bye, Liv. Thanks for coming by. I was a very, very lazy vegan. And then I started missing fish. I really wanted to have like fish tacos and all the stuff that I loved. And I wanted to also travel and eat all the delicacies that other people were eating. And I just felt like I was limiting my experiences. Whenever you go somewhere like travel, food is a huge part of the culture. And I felt like I wasn't experiencing it. It was kind of, I don't know. Of course, there's other things you can experience that's outside of food, but food is a huge part of travel. And I love to travel. And I want to eat as the locals do sometimes. Doesn't mean I have to always do it. I think it's important to like have meat maybe like once or twice a week and then be vegan for the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Oh my god, I'm so tired, you guys. Okay. Next, I'm gonna cut up a bunch of vegetables and make this mush bowl. I hope it turns out right. I've never made it before. So I need 2 pans for this one. I'm gonna make lean ground turkey, that's my protein. And I've got vegetables that I'm gonna gently cook. Which is so weird because actually I'm not gonna do it the way she did it. I'm not gonna put the lettuce in there. I'm gonna keep the lettuce separate. So she had lettuce at the underneath the bowl. Um, When you guys cook, are you the clean as you go type of person, or just clean everything at the very end? I'm very much so clean as you go because it seems like in my head it'll make the work less work after. I think it's better to just do it fasting. I don't know. It could be all in our heads if you do it that way, but I'm not sure. So far, it seems like it's quicker. Clean as you go, yeah. I think it does make the most sense. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put some foil over that. What's so weird is that the mush bowl that this fitness coach I got this recipe from. I'm about to show you guys right now. She says that you can eat it cold, and I'm just confused because it's got like ground turkey in there. It's got cooked vegetables, lettuce at the bottom, and then like cottage cheese. So I'm like, I've never had cold protein in a mush bowl. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I'm curious to see like maybe if I keep the. Have you guys ever like warmed cottage cheese up? Like if I put cottage cheese on top of something and I mix it together, I could warm that up, right? Oh, thanks, Dakota. What's interesting is that I didn't really do anything. I just pulled my hair back, put my glasses on, and a dress. I think this is honestly why I love these maxi dresses because they're effortlessly fancy. You guys ever want to gift me a maxi dress? They look like, yeah. Hello, David. Or should I say peace, David? All right, so um, that's a architectural glitch. What you guys just seen me do. The architect arranged the cabinets in a way where I can't open it without opening the dishwasher. Like you had one job. Natural beauty, huh? Oh, thanks. So here's dinner. That's done for the week. And I'm gonna start taking out the ingredients for the rest of the stuff. So I've got really it's to make some space for what I'm about to put in here, but let me take everything out. You guys, one of these weeks I'm not gonna meal prep at all. I'm just like the weeks go by so fast sometimes, and I'm like thinking, okay, now it's already time for me to go to the grocery store again. Now it's already time for me to go back and cook again. So it's like it just can get kind of exhausting. Even though I think I've saved a lot of money by doing this, I think. Because when I think about what I pay on a week basis, I'll pay like $75 for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 4 or 5 days, right? And it's probably the same thing. Let's say you go to Chipotle. Let's think about this. $75 a week could easily be just that could just be lunch alone. Like if you buy your lunch every day, that could be $75 a week just for lunch, but that doesn't include breakfast or dinner. So if I'm getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 4 to 5 days, I think I'm saving money. Exactly. Exactly. I was thinking Chipotle. That's exactly what I was thinking about. Because I'm thinking what would be close to $25 a day? Well, you get Chipotle, you ask for extra steak or even just guacamole. Um, you ask for the queso. They charge for everything. And then you ask for a side of chips and a drink and it's like, okay, you do all that and it's $25. maybe 21. Yeah, $20. Let's just say $20. $20 for a bowl. And they're using the cheapest products you can think of, rice and beans. Like those are the most cheapest products you can buy. And here we are paying $20 for one bowl one or two times. On a good day, I can get 2 servings of Chipotle because I'll eat like half of it the first section and then the other half later. On a day where I'm starving, I'm stuffing that whole thing in my mouth. I'm really not getting, I'm not getting everything. I'm not getting my money's worth just for that one time. You guys, I forgot to add some stuff to my spaghetti, but that's okay. Usually I add bell pepper, but I forgot. Exactly. Thank you, Dakota. You get it. Like, I really should start making Chipotle bowls. If I already buy steak, if I already buy chicken, or even if I wanted to do a vegan version, I could totally do that and get rice and beans and the protein and have the sides like guacamole. Hold on. Okay, so here's the idea for what we're doing for this mush bowl. And I think I have everything I need. I think. Hey, Carl. Hello, Kelvin. Um, anyway, I've got lettuce. They say put this at the very bottom, then cook. Then cook the vegetables. Like I have squash and bell pepper and onion. So I'll cook this, like saute that in a pan. Then cook this turkey, ground turkey, and then I'll have low fat cottage cheese to mix it and then season. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was it. I could go back and watch the video, but who wants to do that? So anyway, and then for breakfast, we're gonna have breakfast wrap burritos. He doesn't have children. Exactly, Armani. Clock it. Clock that. Hello, Gas Pigs. Again, how's it going? Good. How are you? Um, are you using a scale to portion? I should, but I never use that scale. There is a scale around here somewhere. No, I'm not. I'm eyeballing it, and I'm like, that looks about right. Counting the calories, going on walks, and hopefully it works out. Has it been working for me? Sort of, not really. I should probably get more particular about this. The scale is right here. There's like no excuse. I'm kind of lazy to do that for some reason. Okay. Do you use a scale to portion, Dakota? I'm just curious. And it's so funny because I downloaded a meal tracker, calorie counter, and as soon as I turned on the stove, the notification for me to use it, which I never used since I've downloaded it, is like, track your meal today. And I'm like, but why? But like, why though? All right. I figure that the stuff that I'm about to make right now, I'm trying to make it for 4 days. And when she cooked this mush bowl, as she calls it, she did it for only 2 days. Like she only did it for 2 days. No, I'm also lazy. And maybe if I took that extra step, if we took that extra step, we would see results. You know, input output. Like I know that my body would look even more toned and defined if I took just the extra time, just a little bit extra time to do something different. When I'm honest with myself, could this be better? Probably. But the reality is that I'm not striving for perfection around here. I just want to eat and eat good things. And as long as I'm moving my body, that's good enough for me. Now, if I ever decide to pop a kid out, I'll probably have to get even more particular because once you bring a child into the world, your hormones start doing something completely different. And I'll have to be super meticulous, like, okay, just to get myself back to my normal weight or even better. So, are you a wife? I asked because you look like no one. You look like one, no disrespect or anything. Oh, thank you, I think. I look like a wife. That dress fits you like a glove. Absolutely beautiful. Armani says, I choose. I'm making a mush bowl. You also just missed my spaghetti. I'm only lazy if I call myself that. That's true. I wouldn't say you're right. Maybe lazy is not the word. Maybe the word is rushing. Like I kind of rush the situation. I could take my time. Like meal prep should be fun, but sometimes it can feel like a chore. So as long as everything you do feels like a chore, it's important to like have good energy as you're making food so that the food can taste good. I know it sounds crazy, but what you put in, you get back out. So if I'm making this food and I'm rushing it and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be done, my food will literally taste like that. Not because I didn't use the right ingredients, not because I don't know how to cook, not because of any of those reasons. It'll just taste like rushed energy versus taking my time and making your food with love. That's where that phrase comes from. Cutting up these bell peppers. Exactly. Thank you, Adon. Thank you so much for saying that, Wadon. That means so much. Aw, thanks, Choose. Yes, that's the only way to ensure calorie deficit, unfortunately, but eventually your body will satiate from eating only whole foods. When you say satiate, do you mean like get used to it or like get comfortable? Or what does satiate mean? I know what satiate means, but in this context, I'm not understanding what that means. Like get used to? I've been able to get in really good shape without having to measure any of my foods. I just realized I would just eyeball my portion sizes, make sure I'm getting protein, fats, and oils and vegetables, and then just work out. And I think now I'm just feeling like you guys, bell pepper is so good. I think it's really good. It's true, Lucas. When you meal prep, you save time. What a beautiful brunette. Thank you, Raul. Thank you, King. Thank you, Nice. D Nice. Oh, hunger will subside. Okay, so that's a good thing. Thank you, Choose. Alexa, bro, you wild. He says, not question about cooking, but do you have armpit care routine? I don't. In the shower, I do shave my armpits, and I moisturize that area too. I think it's important to moisturize that area. So between shaving every once in a while, moisturizing, shaving in the shower, moisturizing, and deodorant, that's my only routine. I don't do anything else. Thank you though for the compliment. Stuffed bell peppers are peak. I know that they're good. I just never make them. Paprika is made from bell pepper. I guess I can see that. Thanks for subscribing, D Nice. Everybody super positive on a Sunday chat, and here comes our cousin Rob. Hey Liz, welcome back. Armpit care routine is crazy. Hey, everybody's got something they want to like improve, you know? Are you pregnant? I am not. What did Rob say, Dakota? I missed his comment. Oh, there you are. Hey Rob. He just asked what we were cooking, right? He didn't say anything crazy yet. Yet. Yeah, Matt. Okay. Bell pepper done. I'm not a fan of the way that I sliced these bell peppers, but we're just gonna have to make do. Now, let's cut up these squash. This is yellow squash, you guys. If you couldn't tell, and this is going inside the mush bowl. This is what she calls it. I don't know why she calls it that. Maybe because it's kind of like soft and you know. Lucas, I know I'm getting old because I got way too excited about my new refrigerator. I kept opening and closing it and was in awe at how quiet it runs. Honestly, I guess that does show like that we're getting older, but I think it means that our priorities have changed, right? Like when you're younger, your priorities were what? Play outside, eat candy, stay up late. Well, apparently my priorities are still staying up late, but that's funny though. I think you're right in that our priorities change. So it's just like we just have different things to care about now. Congrats on the new fridge, by the way. Also, let me try to cut this in half better. I just stack these on top of each other and just cut them like this. Easy, easy peasy lemon squeezy that way. You guys, I've been sleeping on squash, but squash is so good. And during the fall, butternut squash is the truth. Don't play. All right, y'all. We're gonna maybe I'll cook this with the ground turkey at the same time. Big brain. Stop playing with me. Okay. I literally thought I was gonna cook these separately. Why would I do that when I can just do it all at one time? Why would I do that when I could just do it all at one time? I'm gonna start paying for meal prep services, but I have to get my budget right. I feel like I've been budgeting for other things, and my focus is like budgeting for paying for things. Like meal prep people meal prepping for you. It's kind of expensive because it's their business, right? And they have to pay for the food and they have to pay for the labor. They're kind of charging you for a portion of both. Kind of jacks the price up kind of high. Sometimes I have to balance out. Wait, I missed so many comments here. Hold on. You never have lady. It's so funny about Ahmed's question is that I think when people ask questions like that, it really does show that people are not really exposed to like women's bodies. Like the only way women's bodies get exposed is if it's in a way that's hyper sexualized or just in one way. Yeah, hypersexualized or just like one way. It's like perfect and snatched and this and that. Um, so you don't ask any women that, especially online. You let them say exactly. Choose. Am I cooking noodles? Adrian, I was cooking noodles. You missed out. I was cooking noodles, not anymore. Hi, Chris. Thank you. Man, you're supposed to be making fun of me. Am I wearing heels? No. But I am wearing house slippers that kind of have a little platform to them, so that's probably why. And my tripod doesn't go that high, so I look like I'm towering over everything. Did we stay up late at a festival dancing? No, I was at a soccer game. Oh, you missed it. Yeah, yeah. So yesterday I went to a game in Los Angeles. Did I tell you guys this already? I was in LA yesterday, and it was MLS men's soccer game, and they all took us up to. You know, I work part time for the MLS team and the merchandising team. So they sourced these tickets for us to go support our men's team away. So I got on a bus yesterday, a travel bus, and then we all went up to Los Angeles. And I didn't get in until like 12:30 a.m. And then I had an obligation, like kind of semi early the following day. So what you're seeing is kind of like low energy. I was cheering, woo! So that's kind of the same thing. Luca, what? How old are you now? That mic looks like the one that sold at Lidl. Is Lidl a European place? When it comes to paying somebody else with meal prepping, I feel like it's just for the sake of time. It kind of low key is rich people activities. But that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get to a point where like I can outsource my responsibilities but still get a significant amount of things done. You know, like they say, if you can afford to have someone else do something for you, then do that. If you can afford a cleaner, let somebody else clean. If you can afford someone to drive you around, let them do that. Like I think it gets to that point. And the person I got that from was Tony Robbins. Like his business obviously became so big that how does himself have the energy to do all that he does and all the energy that's required of him to be huge and big on stage? How is he gonna have time to meal prep, dry cleaning, all these little things in life that we all have to do um, while managing a massive business? Hold on. Is that the wind? It is. Oh, okay. I was like, what? Yeah. Is Lidl? Sorry, guys, I have to take a little breaky poo. Yeah, I thought Lidl was a European place. Sorry if I missed you guys' comments. I'll read them right now, but I was chatting away and I can't read them all at the same time and cook. Okay, what I'm going to do here is add some salt, pepper, and seasonings. And I'm going to add in these vegetables real fast, too. I want them to cook at the same time. At first, I thought I had to do it separately. This is all lean. It's like 90% lean, 10% fat. I think the most calories I'll have this week is from the wrap for my breakfast burritos. Anyway, what are you guys saying? Hey, it's Sadika. You're turning 20 on Tuesday, Lucas? I'm turning older than you on Wednesday. Happy early birthday. Lidl as a German group. Okay, so it's German. Yeah, so Lidl and Aldi seem to be making their way here to the US. Well, Aldi's been around for a while, but they seem to be doing well here in the US. German stores. I think Aldi's also German, right? Like European stores making their way out this direction. My dad loves Aldi. They're really affordable stuff. They're like I feel like it's a European version of the grocery outlet bargain market. It's almost the same thing in my opinion. Aldi might have a little bit more consistency though than grocery outlet. Because I'll go to grocery outlet for something 1 week and then I'll go back for it the next week and it's not there and I'll ask the workers like, hey, do you guys have this? And they go, it's just whatever is shipped. So I think Lidl or an Aldi might have a little bit more consistency with the same low prices, which is important to me. Like if I get used to getting a certain type of brand or a certain product and I like it and I can only get it on some occasions, yeah, not my favorite thing in the world. So um thank you, Andre. You are very nice. Thank you. Hello, Alexis. What up, Hillary? You Our grocery stores are taking over the USA. First, Aldi, now Lidl. Just wait till you guys get Netto, Penny, or Edeka, then it's what is GG? Game. I don't know what GG is. Yeah, no, definitely. You are on mute. Yes, I was on mute for a second. I'm missing a lot of comments, you guys. Hold on a minute. As a German, we're ridiculous when it comes to bargain hunting. That's funny. All right, let's add the squash and bell pepper to the mix here. I'm going to add some onion in just a second. And then some seasoning. I think I could have cut the squash just a little bit smaller. That's going to be okay. Yeah, I probably could have cut these a little bit, like one more triangle. Sorry I'm missing the comments, you guys. I have a lot going on. I remember Walmart tried to establish itself in Germany and it failed to do so because the market just got too saturated and competitive. I don't understand, like, people were trying to open up Walmart brands and it didn't work, or they just didn't want an American store taking over the grocery market. Because think about it, if Germany is trying to establish themselves as a grocery market authority, which is probably what they're trying to do, and why they're now here in the United States and have been for the last couple of years, they probably didn't want a U.S. store taking over the game. But I think there was some strategy to why that did not work out. I think about the government. Okay, guys, the mic game is over. It died. Thank you for letting me know. Can I fly to America and eat with you? And your cooking is great. Thank you. If I could feed you guys through this screen, I would. Okay, now it's just time to put this on a low simmer, start adding more seasonings, and then I'm going to add this onion in here, which I did not do yet. I also need to charge my phone up. I'm gonna die. I'm so hungry. Everything looks amazing to me right now. Hold on, y'all. Now that my microphone has died, it's oregano in here. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep the microphone game now. Well, no, because my phone is gonna die. Hold on, you guys. I need to get my charger. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh, I'm so tired. My goal is to be done with everything by 3:45. It's 3:04. I've got 40 minutes to be done. with everything, okay? And then I'm gonna come up here and eat a bowl of something and lay down and maybe still talk to you guys. Two-story flat, fancy living. I guess you guys can see where I live now. This is a very cool place. I've been living here for a couple years. I do live in California. So if you have a place like this here in California, it's very hard to afford on your own. So I live fancy. The goal one day, actually I don't even know if this is even my goal anymore. My goal used to be to like get super rich and like blah blah blah, but it's not even my goal anymore, honestly. But it is to, it's a very anyway, thank you. I'll just say thank you. Alright, so we got salt, we have oregano. I think this is pretty much done. I want to add, this is not super common to add, but I want to add some onion powder, actually garlic powder, and some Old Bay. Can't go wrong with Old Bay. Okay. Because it kind of adds that seafood flavor in there. But you can add it to any poultry or protein. Cut up this onion and make myself cry. Reserve your portion for you. Can you let your hair down? Adrian, I have a question for you. Don't take this personal. Who is that in the picture with you? Is that your wife or is that your cousin or your sister? No judgment for me, I'm just asking. Everybody wants a little bit of novelty in their life. Oh, I said the goal, it's not to necessarily get super rich and own all this property, even though that would be nice. I think the goal is just super duper comfortable living with not a lot of hard physical work and labor being exerted out, you know. So I'd have to do something consistently to create that type of life, but the goal is to have a very slow, easy paced life with still comfortability, time and comfortability, and excess funds. But I don't feel like I want to have like all these properties that I have to maintain, and that's not my goal anymore. That's good, you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. You got beat to the punch, Adrian. I got a check in the mail for drum roll, $10 from the county clerk. Adrian? It's my fiance, but she doesn't cook noodles. I'm weak. Why don't you tell her to cook noodles? Maybe she will. What if she doesn't even know that you want noodles? If you told her that you cook noodles, maybe she'll cook them. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of onions because I don't feel like crying today. Not if I can avoid it, you know. I like how you guys are helping Rob get out of his jury duty. Armani, that comment is wild. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Y'all are acting up. Okay, so according to this dish that I'm supposed to be making, this is pretty much like the protein and everything of it. So it's supposed to be this little situation here, right? And then I'm supposed to put a big old bowl and put this lettuce as the base. This on top, including avocado and cottage cheese. But if I do all of that now, I'm concerned about this wilting over time. For sure, is for sure out of pocket. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny, but it was not what I was expecting for my money. She out of pocket, not the butters. You guys remember that meme from when the guy was like, someone I guess was fighting with their partner and somebody found some Timbs outside all ripped in half, and he figured it was because of a couple arguing. And he goes, not the butters, because he calls Tim's butters. She out of pocket. Anyway, I'd be surprised if anybody knows what I'm talking about. Alright, so we're going to save this onion for later. And call this game. Is it safe to eat fresh salad in California right now? At least I heard the explosive diarrhea cases are going crazy in you. That is hilarious. First of all, I don't want to jinx myself, but I haven't been paying. I know that it's a thing because my mom brought it to my attention. I've seen it on the news. Oh, I see why you're mentioning that, because of the lettuce I just have right now. Good question. I never thought about it. I'm honestly, unfortunately, my problem is that I don't take a lot of things in the news seriously. One day that could come back and bite me in the butt. But until then, I thought they moved on from lettuce to another vegetable. But I don't know anyone that personally that has been having this experience. I also don't know if they've been eating salad lately, so it's hard to really say. I didn't want to cause you stress. Thank you, Ariane, for your. As long as it's not for Taylor Farms. Yeah. It's baby red butter lettuce. I hope this is good for the next couple of days. The problem with putting lettuce in with this at the same time is I'll have to mix it. No, I know what I'm doing. We're separating it. That's what we're doing. You heard it here first. We are separating it. And we will add avocado. So I'm going to keep this in the container, and every night I'm going to pull from a bowl. I'm going to pull this and put it in a bowl, warm this up, add avocado, and mix in the It's gonna be fire, I think. Keep that there. Put this in a container. Ooh, it's heavy. Alright, one time, one section at a time. Slow and steady wins the race. It's kind of a lot of food here, I realize. Well, I'm gonna get this in the stove crevices. Put this over here. Hold on, let me read your comment in a second. I'm gonna focus on this transfer. This is serious business. This is money, time, and energy. Going into a war right now. My money, time, and energy. That is slapping properly. Thank you. I'm about to be skinny, y'all. It's gonna be crazy. In a good way. This is a lot of food. It cooked a lot, more than I thought. You know, technically I used the wrong word. It's not supposed to be slap. It's supposed to be smack. Food smacks, music slaps. A little lesson for you guys. This is lingo that comes out the Bay Area. If the food is good, the food is smacking. If the music is good, the music is slapping. So I used that wrong. So it is smacking properly. You ever just like wipe your counter off or just put it on the ground? Like, oh, clean the counter. Don't worry about the floor later. Okay. Amazing. Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound. I love this for me. Okay, boom. This is dinner. So like during the week, I'm gonna pull out a bowl. I'm gonna pull the lettuce out. Warm this up. Put that on top of the lettuce. And then add cottage cheese and avocado. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait. Wow, 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 I can't wait. Oh, thank you, Arian. I don't think it matters, especially for food. People apparently put their feet in it. I guess it only matters for people like, it's just a regional thing. Like if you go to the Bay Area and say, "Ooh, this food slaps," they're like, "No, it smacks." Food smacks. Your cooking is slapping. Adrian. Those contain ground up electronics, and even though they don't melt in the microwave, it doesn't take. Oh, you're talking about this container, Armani? Okay, guys, fine. I didn't realize. I guess I could get glass containers. Stop judging me. I'm kidding. No, I appreciate that tidbit. I also find it was funny how Cup of Noodles would like make products and put the food in something that couldn't be microwaved. And mind you, nobody actually removes the cup of noodles from the microwaves before they eat it, but it literally says that this container can cause cancer. Like, the U.S. does not give an F about us. Like, I'll just put that out there right now. They are sick in the head. Anyway, story for another time. Dika, are you a twin of your mother? I think, why do you ask? Did you see a picture of me and my mom? But yeah, people say that we look alike a lot, and when I answer the phone, if it's like my cousin, my aunts, my uncle, they'll be like, "You sound just like your mom." Lucas gets it. And it's like, is dinner served? It is. Is that a rain dance? It could be. I think the cigarettes and heavy drinking of my youth will give the reason I get cancer, not the plastic packaging. Well, you could be right about that, Lucas, but I don't know if you guys' country, because it sounds like you're in Germany or somewhere in Europe. I don't know if you guys' packaging has that same warning labels, right? If your company or your country doesn't make stuff that, because it's literally telling you on the outside of the package that it causes cancer, then you probably don't have to worry about plastic. But here in the US, you gotta worry about plastic, food, everything. These people are so greedy. There's so much money to be made here. It's getting out of hand. There's so much money to be made. And that's why it's happening with stuff like this. Okay, anyway, we're moving on to the final thing. I think in 20 minutes, I'll be done with everything. I'm so proud of myself. Oh, you know what? I just realized. Okay, I think tomorrow I'm going to bring the spaghetti because it's going to be easy to microwave. Okay, the spaghetti will be for lunch. The ground turkey mush bowl will be for dinner because there's an extra step I need to take to eat it, and I don't want to deal with that while I work. So, one and done microwave will be for lunch. Moving on to the last item here. It's the last star of the show. Making breakfast burritos. Okay, so I've got eggs. I've got chicken sausage. I have spinach and herb wraps. And I have cottage cheese. I think I might mess around and put the cottage cheese in this egg as well. I would put avocado, but I'm gonna freeze it. Should I put avocado now? No. Do you live next to an airport? Absolutely. The planes go by like crazy. Here comes one right now. I'm so used to it that I forget you guys can hear it. Let me close the window right here. Hold on. Okay, that should make it a little bit quieter. I live in a super duper busy part of town. I think you need a slap on the back. Your video smacks. Adrian, what are you talking about? Yeah, exactly. Oh, you did live in the US. Okay. Jeffrey loves KFC, Colonel Chicken, and Mexican burritos. Yes. Will you pick me up if I fly to that airport? I can recommend you some taxi services, Dakota, and some hotels that you can stay at, but how hot is it there? It is, I think it's about 79 right now. It's really nice out today, probably 80 with a breeze. Here's my impression of an airplane preparing for landing. Shit. Hi, Marcus from Ohio. Y'all say, everybody say hi to Marcus from Ohio. He gave us his name and where he's from. Stop playing with him. Stop playing with him. Okay. How should I cook this? I don't think I need to cook these. I think I can just eat them as is. What's good, Marcus? Hi, Marcus. Hey, friend. Marcus, join the Soul Tribe. We're real over here. We're real ones over here. This is what we do. We shoot the breeze. We talk about stuff. Come through. Come through. Stay a while. Do you even think to do Okay, hold on guys. Right until I get back over there. Alright, boom. I think I'm gonna put cottage cheese in these eggs. You can put cottage cheese in eggs. Yes, you can. Yeah, I know these things. I'm like thinking out loud. Alright, so we're gonna make these breakfast sausages. I want to start with the sausage because it takes longer. So we're gonna just go in cotton oil. You know, just let the oil do its thing, let it dance a little bit. Whoa, look, it's doing a hula hoop dance. Whoa, it's doing a hula hoop dance. Nice. I recommend the Super 8 off the highway exit in Modesto. What are you talking about, Lucas? I'm a Soul Tribe member. You are, Adrian. They had a rusted out refrigerator sitting underneath the stairs. Great storage. Don't come over here. It's getting rather hot. You know, I hear Europe is having a real hot girl summer. Like literally and figuratively. Like y'all are cooking over there. Could it be that global warming is real? Global warming is just code for the sun is getting closer. That's all it is. And it is. It's getting hot. It's been hot. I'm hot. You're cold. You were talking about taxi and hotel recommendations for that one guy on the speaker feed. Oh. Yeah, but he'd be coming to Southern California, not Modesto. But I see the joke. Good night, Adrian. I know it's like a lot later for you. Hi, Alexis. You guys are dying in Germany because here in Germany most houses don't have AC. Before, summers were pretty mild. Oh my god, so you guys are just like finally starting to have hot weather? Do you think this is a one-time thing in Europe, or is this like gonna be an every summer kind of thing? I'd like to go to Europe and have a nice European summer vacation. Go to farmers markets and frolic in my dress. La 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 la. And just, have a Euro summer. That sounds like an awesome time. Oh yeah, I saw about one here. Y'all have heaters but not air 300 pounds or 300 euros. It's gonna get worse probably. Apparently Europe is the fastest heating continent. Ooh. Europe is the fastest heating continent. Interesting. Huh. Karma for all. Lucas, listen. There was a guy in here the other day who said something like, never mind, he was from Germany. He said something about the propaganda about like people and like how they're promoting certain things. And I told him, I think I know why. I didn't get into why. But if Europe is the fastest heating continent, it just confirms what I was thinking. And I don't want to be offensive. I think we should be able to have these conversations without it being crazy, but I don't want to take it a whole nother down another direction. But if that is true, it confirms what I was thinking. But in other news, I like to experience it for myself and like take advantage of the fact that all the European countries are so close together. I want to just hop on a train and be in Croatia. Like, that's amazing. See what you were thinking. I want to know. Why is everyone asking me if I'm pregnant? Am I that big? No, I don't look that big. No, I'm not pregnant. One thing you love here compared to the US is access to public transportation. Yeah, you guys have that down locked. We have it in different parts of the country, better than others. Like New York City has good public transportation. Where else? The Bay Area has good public transportation. But I think you guys have, I think it's the fact that you guys have the ability to connect to different countries. Whereas we have to take either drive or fly to Canada or Mexico. Because those are the only two countries we're connected to. Take a train and be in Paris for 3 hours. Sounds like you'll be experiencing the public transportation from that airport. Might as well get familiar if you want to get familiar with the city again. Chicago and Philly have decent transit, but the infrastructure is very old. You know, I haven't been to either of those places. I believe you though. Especially if you're comparing it to, European standards. My thing is though, if you're gonna have countries that close to you, you better have good public transportation. Like if like 8 countries are kissing each other, I would hope you have some good transportation to get there, you know. But there's probably other places in the world where that exists, and they don't have that. I still want to know what you were thinking about the fastest heating continent. I just, no. It shouldn't be controversial, but I think it is. Dakota, do you remember what I was talking about? Dakota, remember that night I had the power outage and that guy from Germany was talking about like all the propaganda? I was talking about my family. It was a whole thing. To recap, I was talking about
I was talking about how in my family the guys are allowed to like bring home different groups of women, but in my family the women don't. We're just well, not I don't say we, but like my cousins, my aunts, they never like explore their options, if you will. When I was at my family reunion, it became very clear to me, and even in my own family, that that's true. And I thought, and so me and my cousins, we went out because of the wedding. They asked me to be a bridesmaid, so they took me out. And me, I'm from Southern California, so I'm used to interacting, inviting people of all walks of life, dating them too. And I think my cousins just weren't, her and her fiance were not expecting that because that's not the norm in our family. They weren't expecting me to be talking to someone that was not of my same complexion, and I think it just, they were shook, and they were like asking me about it. I'm turning this vent fan on because the smoke alarm's gonna go off if I don't. Yes, and me coming to the reunion. Yes. So the whole point that I'm bringing this up is, number one, if I say what I'm gonna say, I don't be offensive. But I had Dakota was like jokingly saying like, what if someone like himself came to the reunion? How would my family react? And I said, I don't know if they even have fathomed that, because in my 31 years of life, all the family reunions I've gone to, there has never been a woman of my family who has ever brought home a man that did not look like them. But my male cousins always do that. They always bring home like, all types of girls. And so no one ever really talks about it. In the same breath, the guy from Germany was like, there's a lot of propaganda in Germany in the commercials and like the media of like promoting, you know, humans coming together that don't look like each other. And he didn't sound very happy about it. And I said, hey, you have every right to feel the way you feel. Like, but I told him, like, there's probably a reason for why they're promoting it. And he said, he didn't really ask why. He just said that he didn't like that they were promoting it and that they never show two, like, white German people together that much anymore. I said, I understand you. I understand him. Like, I get him. I'm not mad at that. That didn't bother me at all. No, but he was pretty much saying, like, don't mess up your gene pool and stuff like that. And I told him I've only heard Europeans say that before. Like when I'm on Instagram reels, I never hear, and there's like a couple that's an interracial couple, like I'll always see that comment coming from people like from Europe. So it seems like genes and like the gene pool, that seems to be like a really big deal. And that's like common conversation amongst some Europeans, not all, obviously. I still haven't made my point, by the way. I'm just kind of. Do the male cousins date out more often than dating? That's a good question, Armani. Let me ask. Let me think. I'll tell you what. It's enough for my female cousins to talk about it. Because I never knew that anybody else noticed it but me. And so my female cousins were like apparently having these conversations amongst each other, and I didn't know. I thought, oh, so I'm not the only one who sees this. Okay. But when it comes to the ratio, I want to say it's 50-50. That's a lot, though. It's a lot. Like, I can't really go to any other. This is getting controversial. I can't go to any other person's family reunion and watch people's male cousins date out at 50. Like, that's a lot. So it's a lot. It's enough for us to be like, okay. Not that we have a problem with it. It's just, I don't know. It's just like very interesting. So the whole point was to be like, well, what happens if I were to do something like that? How would my family respond? mind you, the question is, what would happen if you see me do something like that? That's completely different. I'm a grown woman. I live my life the way I want to. What happens when you witness it? How will you respond? And because no one of my female cousins have ever done it, I don't know how they would respond. It would be, I think it'd be like shock, like, whoa, I didn't know you guys did that too. Anyway, I still haven't made my point. I don't know if I'm going to put it together. If Europe is heating up really fast, they're promoting propaganda. There's something that needs to happen to make sure that everybody is healthy or safe, due to it getting so hot and the sun getting really close. I know you can figure. I don't want to say it, but you get what I'm saying. And so the propaganda, people are like, oh my God, what's going on? Why is this all this propaganda? Well, there's a reason for that. Not only just a reason, but a need. There's a need for it. Anyway, I've said too much. Let's move on. Let's move on. Last but not least, the star of the show, eggs. We are all the same color underneath, period. Exactly. You gotta get military. Lucas, you said it, not me. You said it. He said it, guys. I didn't say it. He said it. The reality is that remember we talk about like human, first let me acknowledge what some of you guys said. That's exactly what I said, Lucas. I told him, the other German guy, I said sometimes people get like really like riled up about people mixing, but the reality is that a lot of us are already mixed. We just don't know. And there's entire countries and islands and provinces of people who are a product of two groups of people coming together a long time ago. But whenever they see it in like modern day times, it bothers them because they're just looking at like, this is how I look in the mirror. And this is what I know. I just know my face, my complexion, and that's it. And then when I see someone else who looks like me do something different with something who doesn't look like me, now I'm like, whoa, what's going on? You're gonna mess up the gene pool. Not knowing your gene pool is already doing all of this, and you have no idea, and you're still healthy and kicking, aren't you? So I just found that funny. Even though parts of me jokingly likes to say that I don't have any admixture in my family. I know that I do, but I oftentimes do not. I'll jokingly say that I don't, but I know that I do. To answer your question, Dakota, about the whole, like, women looking for their fathers, that's true, but men also look for their mothers as well, right? Men also look for their mothers, do they not? Which is, anyway, this is turning into something else. I do not want to turn this into something else. All right, let's cook some eggs. Lucas, I know that's kind of how I'm glad that you have like some awareness and stuff, and just understanding that a lot of this stuff is just to divide us and make us look crazy, and you know, whatever. At the end of the day, we're literally all human, so that's what matters. And I think the tough conversations that will probably come up later is because of the lies we've been told in the beginning. So we will leave that alone. Yes, eggs, eggs, eggs. This is the last hurrah, okay? I'm gonna make these eggs, and how I like to make my eggs is I just like to crack them straight into exactly, Lucas. That's exactly right. I think people who have never left a certain part of town or their country, they only have one worldview. I'm not sure I cooked these through all the way. I'm gonna drop these back in the pan. But yeah, there's people who've never left the city that I live in. And I'm like, whoa, that can't be good. Traveling helps you absolutely open up your worldview. Even when you don't want to open it up, it naturally opens it up. Division destroys a nation. Facts. Have you ever made a list of the qualities you want in a partner? Armani, what? You'd be more than welcome in Germany anytime. Needless to say, don't listen to small-minded people who might tell you otherwise. Thank you, Lucas. I have a couple of connections in Germany, so if I'm ever in Germany, I would hit up 2 people. Yeah, I have, for some reason, I have a lot of, over years, I've always attracted German gal pals or roommate once, and yeah, I don't know what that is. I've always had like German connections, so exactly, something someone tells you and that's it. They don't have any personal experiences. Armani, have you ever made a okay, so that's funny that you asked that, Armani, because yes, I have. Armani asked me if I've ever made a list of any qualities that I want in a partner. And the answer is yes, I absolutely have. Because if you don't know what you want and keep that in your mind, you will kind of start to stray away and just kind of go for any and everything. I'm going to drop these in the... Like, you can just kind of start straying away and just accept anything, even though it's not what you really want, out of loneliness or fear or something. Have you ever made a list? We German blood, not intimidated by strong women. Dakota, are you German? So Lucas, were you born in the US or did you just spend a lot of time in the US? Like, are your parents German? I tried to be healthy with my snacks this week and do like carrots and hummus. I'm American, but Miller is German ancestry. You see how I keep attracting Germans? Dakota and Lucas are German. I have a few German connections, some male German connections in Germany too. If I ever go to Germany, I can hit up like 4 people. Macedonian and Sicilian. Interesting. I want to go to Sicily. Not Italy, Sicily. I might guess I could go to Italy if I'm in the area, but I want to go to Sicily. Okay. We're gonna try this again. Pretty sure I cooked them through all the way this time. I had bitten into a sausage and one of them was so cold. I'm like, okay, I did not cook those all the way. Let's try that again, baby. Amazing. We're gonna turn this back on and cook some eggs. Come to Romania. And now you're back in Germany. You have both German and US passports. That's a flex. I like to say I'm a true mobster. I know Sicily's part of Italy, but like you said, yeah, exactly. I know it's got its own vibe. I think Sicily will also be more welcoming of someone like me because they have a certain history that Italy doesn't have. Like Sicilians tend to have more darker features. I find them very attractive, by the way. But I want that, like, I'm sure Italy would be amazing, by the way. But I have more of an interest for Sicily. Alright, let's turn down this fan. Turn on the heat. Pack those straight into the pan there. Oh, my phone wasn't charging this whole time. Awkward. I would like Spain. I think I would like Spain too. It is hummus. Well, it was hummus. Okay, guys, so I'm cooking. I like to just cook them straight into the thing. I'm going to scramble these. But I just like to... I got a piece of shell in there. Get that out. I might have to cook all these eggs. Little piece of shell for the extra calcium. You're cooking like a Romania. Oh, is this how you guys make your eggs too? I want to go to Serbia. I've heard good things about Serbia. There's Americans moving out there and they're like really enjoying it. And I'm like, say less. Let me go see what Serbia is talking about. And it looks like really nice infrastructure. Like, I know people who move there probably have better experiences than the locals. Like, it seems like that's the case everywhere you go. Whenever people move in somewhere, they're always getting like a different experience than the locals. And so I recognize that, and I would not be mindful of that. I'm just simply saying I've heard good things. And like right now, there's a lot of Americans moving to Greece, and there'll be videos of that, and the Germans are like, not the Germans, but the Greeks will be like, you guys are driving the prices up so high for the locals. And it's true. It's, you know, it seems like that's a trend everywhere. That governments don't like protect the locals from expat commerce, like how the economy is going to be changing and drifting. Expat life is always different. Greece is miserable if you're Greek. I'm fulfilling the stereotype of the arrogant German and the stereotypes of Americans not knowing nothing about geography. You know, what's funny is that a lot of people don't know enough about geography. It's not even just Americans. Across the board, people don't know much about other places. And I'm on a language app, and I hear people asking about what flag is that on your page, and they don't even know the flag. And I'm like, okay. I could be the exception to the rule. For people across the board, but I feel like I pride myself in having a pretty decent knowledge of geography and cultures and flags and stuff. But there's people from all over the world who don't know what the heck somebody's flag is or what country. So it's really not just Americans. We just get a lot of heat for being in the limelight for a lot of things and not knowing much about a lot of other people, which it's pretty self-centered. It's a big world out there. I think that's changing though, you know? That's definitely changing as people travel and are online more, learning about different places. How can you not learn, you know? Romania, I'll take you to Dracula's castle. Oh wow, taxes have doubled. Unfortunately, it adds to the hostility towards foreigners and yeah. Smells good. Thanks, Armani. Oh, you know what? I forgot to add the cottage cheese. Pretty sure I was going to add it. Let's just mix it in together. I hate cleaning egg off a pan afterwards because it gets all stuck on your sponge. It looks gross. I love the egg. I just hate cleaning it off the pan. Okay, we're gonna add some cottage cheese to this bad boy. Low-fat cottage cheese. We're going to stir it up a little bit, and we're going to add just a little bit on top and cook it in. Pretty sure I've seen this done before. If not, then I'm stirring it up on accident. My bad. Pretty sure this has been done before. Cooked in there. Amazing. Alright, that's good. We've got the sausage and egg and cottage cheese. I'm going to go ahead and open up this wrap and fold a few of these in here. First reaction to seeing a man's bathroom that is clean. First reaction. What makes you ask that question? If I see a man's bathroom that's clean, it just means that I definitely view him differently in a good way. But sometimes, because I'm not used to that all the time. Actually, no, there's a certain level of intelligence that I associate with cleanliness. But I also know that sometimes people just have like mental health things going on. But anyway, first reaction would be like, wow. That's good. Alright, y'all, let's plate this. Let's plate, or I won't say plate, but we can put all of this stuff in the burritos. So breakfast burrito coming right up. Just a dollop. Oh. That plane is hooting and all. You can still hear it. I closed the window. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 sausages to a burrito. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, 4 burritos is what I kind of imagined. I forgot how to actually fold a burrito. I'm being real. But they're not going to be very big. But I am eating these in the morning. They're going to be about this big in the morning. They are going to be in the morning, so I don't necessarily want a heavy breakfast, you know? Like it'll be this with maybe I'll have this and a banana. I have some banana over here, so I'll do like half banana and half burrito for breakfast because I don't want to do too much in the morning. I'm also gonna have a full alright, so we're just gonna put each one in some just some cling wrap. So I'll just heat this up in the morning. I think I'm gonna freeze these. Should I freeze it or should I just put it in the fridge? If I freeze it, it'll preserve it longer. I know that much. Boom, 1 burrito done. Look at with your glasses on and off. Aw, thank you. Yeah, cleaning the shower drain is really important. Even like, and not to hate on like anybody, like sometimes girls' bathrooms are really dirty too, and it's like, I think our bathrooms can get pretty dirty too because of the fact that we have a lot more going on. We have makeup and hair and all the things that we do with our hair. So I have to be like super conscious of like all the stuff I'm doing in there and make sure that everything gets back into place. It's like, we just have extra beauty regimens that I think you guys don't have. So there's more opportunity for it to get even dirtier. And some women don't clean it. And it's like, yikes. Burrito 2, done. Cute nose. I got a cute nose, y'all. You guys, I'm so hungry.
if you were cooking something new. I got kind of quiet over here, huh? I was focused. I'm pretty tired. I think I'm glad I did this. I was gonna somehow put this off and be like, I'll just do it. Never. But I'm like, what am I gonna eat during the week? So I always find a way to pull it off and do it. It's just okay. So how long I've been live is how long it took me to meal prep everything. Granted, I was chatting and stopping a lot, but it usually only takes me like an hour and a half to make everything. I feel like I find simple things to make. Boom, burrito 4 done. I only made 4 burritos, but okay. Should I freeze these or just put them in the fridge? If I freeze them, they'll stay fresh longer. Oh my god. That's scary. When I'm not properly disposing of certain hygiene products, yeah. I know what you mean. I have to say no to a second date after seeing this date. Oh. Okay, if someone sees your place and has to decline, that should tell you something. Did you tell her why you declined? Or did she kind of like... Not that you had to, but I think if someone gets declined for a date because of the state of their living, I think they should know. Because that is... You should not be getting declined because of the cleanliness of your place. No offense. Unless you have like a mental health issue and depressed and stuff like that, you know. But if you're just never taught that can be learned. Hold on, let me see what she's saying right now. Hey, I'm excited, you guys. Let me pack my... I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to... Amazing. I'm going to pack... I just said I don't think it's going to work out. Okay, I froze them. Yeah, I put them in the freezer. Because egg and sausage in the fridge for a full week probably wouldn't be that good as the days go by. So we're gonna freeze those bad boys. That spaghetti I made is actually what I'm gonna have for lunch tomorrow, and I forgot to divvy it up in their respective containers. So I'm gonna pull that back out, and this is what I'll eat on site tomorrow for lunch. I also have an Olipop to drink. I have granola bar, carrots, and hummus. That's what I'll snack
Amazing. Let's do this thingy majigga bobber. Give gallop of that, a dollop of the noodles. Then bring out some broccoli. Only problem with this type of concoction is that the noodles and the meat don't really stay together that well. So it's like I'll have like a whole section in the bowl that is just noodles and a whole section that's meat and vegetables. I kind of have to like make them fit together and make sure I don't pull too many noodles out of the bowl from the vegetables. So by the end of the week, all I have is vegetables left and meat, and there's no more noodles left. So I have to kind of like create the medley. Does that make sense? You guys, I was on mute that whole time. I'm sorry. I was actually just kind of laughing at the neo soul thing. So I dated a guy when I was in college who loved neo soul. And I actually didn't really pay attention to like what the genre was until him. My fault. But yeah, like I didn't realize that like Music Soul Child and people like that are considered neo soul. Like he loved him some neo soul. But yeah, you can't really play music in the background. It's funny that thought about Neo Soul though. What makes you think about that? Alright, the hummus is going into the container. I probably won't even be like, when I work on site like this, I don't like have a whole lot of time to eat like this. So if anything, I'll have to get up fairly early tomorrow to like heat up my burrito, eat it, and then use the salsa and like the whole thing, you know, like I'll have to make sure I get up on time. But I'm gonna try to have some my carrots and hummus for a snack tomorrow, and my granola bar. I have these Made Good crunchy granola bars. So this and an Olipop to drink tomorrow will be for lunch, you guys. Thankfully laundry's done. Did that on Friday. And we're done, you know, we're done here. I'm good off standing in this kitchen. 100% good off of it. Let me quickly make this mush bowl. And let me try it out and see what the verdict will be tomorrow, because I will be having this for dinner tomorrow again. Let's see what the verdict is. Oh, you know what? I forgot my salsa behind this container. If you don't have to get up if you don't sleep, that's the truth. Lucas, you're wild. That's true, but how do you feel throughout the day? Do you feel exhausted? Like, I have to feel like I got some sleep, or it's gonna be crazy. I did buy a Celsius yesterday. I thought I was gonna use it for the game, but it got later and later, and I never ended up using it, and so I'm gonna save it for the morning when I first wake up. So I have time. So it has time to get out of my body, and I can go to sleep later that night. So I can't drink energy drinks too late, or I won't go to bed. So I'm gonna pop this Celsius in the refrigerator actually, and drink that right before I walk out the door. We'll have a few sips before I get out the door. Anyway, mush bowl time. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing the mush bowl. Hold on, I'll read you guys' comments in a second. What did we say? We said we're gonna do lettuce at the bottom. Divine spirits, keep me healthy. Let this be good for me. Okay, amazing. I'm gonna cut this off. We're just gonna pull off from it like that all week. Okay. This is a thing I've been doing. Don't ask me why I do it like this. But obviously I'm not going to heat this whole thing up. I'm just going to pour some on top of this lid. Ooh, it's all juicy. Okay, so I put this on top of the lid. I'm going to heat that up. I love this for me. Okay. We're going to coat this avocado. Hallucinating? Oh no, that's scary. Something crash hard, yeah. Maybe it's because you're just not in the habit of going to bed. Sometimes you'll stay up because your body's like, well, we never do this anyway, so... Well, we always do this, so what's the point of going to sleep now? So you have to, like, force yourself. Amazing. Okay, boom, bam. There's some juice on here. I'm gonna pour that on top of the lettuce. Yum. It's really hot though. We're gonna dump that on top. The interesting thing about it is that when she made this was actually everything in here was cold. But I just cannot see myself having cold protein and vegetables. Count me out. So we're gonna do a mixture of hot and cold. I feel like it's gonna be yummy that way. We got the juices. Sadiqa seems like she'll make a great school teacher. Thanks, Rob. Alright, boom, we got the avocado. Oh wait, no, we'll add you're going to add the low-fat cottage cheese first. Let's do that dollop again, shall we? I got a couple of dishes to clean. Alright, boom, we got the cottage cheese. Throw that on top. I could probably try to squeeze some lemon on top. So this cottage cheese is literally serving as my dressing in a way. On top of that juice I just poured. And this is what it's looking like so far. Alright, so that's that. We're going to do some avocado on top of this. Technically is a salad, it's just a warm salad. You see how I use a spoon to dig out the avocado and also slice it while it's in the bowl? You see how I'm being so mindful and demure? Don't blink or you'll miss it. Boom. Bam. Bada boom bop. Pow. Alright, check this out. Avocado on top. I think that's all I'm going to do. We're going to try this out right now. Let's see. Lucas said out of 10. Hold up. Let me add some more seasoning. Honestly, texture, taste from what I've done so far, I'm gonna give that a solid 7.5. Maybe I will try all these things cold. Like, I have the option to try it both hot and cold, but I wanted to separate the lettuce from the other stuff because I didn't want to forcefully eat all this cold. Because it's gross to try to heat up lettuce, you know what I mean? So if I just split it up, I can try it both ways. So hot, with the mixture of hot and cold products, I'm gonna give that a solid 7.5. It's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna add some onion powder. For some reason it's sticking inside. I know what I like. I like to add chili flakes to my stuff. Let's make it spicy. Chili flakes, period. Amazing. Alright, let's put all this stuff away. I'm tired. My goodness. It's been an hour and 60 minutes. This took me 2 hours and 40 minutes. But I was stopping and talking. So I think it probably would have only taken 2 hours if I didn't have
if I wasn't live right now. Zero chance she knows that reference. What reference is that supposed to be? Okay, we established she's older than me, and I know that reference. You never know. A solid 7.5. Smack, smack, smack. I mean, you know, for the fact that I just tried this for the first time, and I don't really. I think recipes are good, but they also get better when you make them often. So if I had to say, like if I were to make this again, I will know what to do next time. So like a lot of the stuff that I make on a consistent basis, I'm like perfecting them over time, you know what I mean? So for the first time, that's why I give it a 7.5. But the flavors and everything, oh, guys, I'm so tired. The flavor and the texture is pretty darn good for my first rodeo with this particular recipe. Whew, feels good to sit down. Okay. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. How long does that avocado last after you wrap it in the plastic like you did? You know, I would typically squeeze lemon on top of it to preserve it. But when I keep the two halves close like that, it actually stays green. The problem is that people take this other half off when they're done with it and toss it, but I keep it on top. Like it's like a closed book. So the only thing that causes an avocado to turn brown is oxygen. So it's like it's being oxidized. But if it's still hugging the other half, big brain. All right, let's go in again. I think it's even better without the lettuce. When I saw her make this, the lettuce was kind of throwing me off a little bit. But I also think it's because it's cold and hot. So tomorrow I'm gonna try this the way she made it, just all cold. But to answer your question, I think it lasts at least like 3 to 4 days without turning brown. Mm-hmm. Thanks for looking out, Dakota. Mm-hmm. I'm eating lean ground turkey. That means I'm gonna get lean. That's all that means. Oh. People are outside playing volleyball. It's such a nice day outside. I'm just too tired to experience it myself. That probably looked gross. Sorry, guys. Life is but a dream. Gangster lean. Spinach is really good. I love to saute it, but if you use it for a salad, that's good too. And kale is a superfood, so that's really good. Only problem with a spinach is if you eat too much of it, it'll cause what is that called? Kidney stones. I learned that if you eat too much spinach, it will cause kidney stones.
Broccoli sprouts as the only green in salad. I like broccolini. Have you guys had broccolini? Spinach is high in oxalates. Yeah, there's something in spinach that will like calcify inside of you, which is causes the passing of, well, the non-passing of kidney stones. I learned that from my doctor. And my mom went out on this spinach rampage, and she could feel herself starting to get one, and she just stopped. And I was like, yeah, Mom, I learned that that could cause. So anyway, Lucas, do you eat a lot of spinach? I'm like, is that my alarm going off? Broccolini is for his fancy folk. Yeah. They usually have broccolini, I realize, at 5-star restaurants. 4 to 5-star restaurants. It's crazy that broccoli, kale, Brussels are all cultivars of the same original plant. Are they? I didn't know that. So I'm gonna be honest, when I was 25, I actually got kidney stones. And it was the most painful experience of my entire life. Like 0 out of 10 would not wish that on my worst enemy. It was a normal day. I was working from home. This was right during COVID. And I just I finished a workout, I took a shower, got clothes on, and I started working. And all of a sudden, I just got this pain in the side of my stomach. I was like, what is that feeling? And it just wouldn't go away. And as time went on, it just got progressively worse. And then it became crippling pain. And I was like, I can't even get up right now. I can't even move. It was just terrible. And so then I went to the emergency room, and then, long story short, I had to take all these medicines for it. It was terrible, you guys. Do not. I didn't have spinach. The problem I had was that I wasn't hydrating enough. And if you don't drink enough liquids, that will happen. If you eat certain foods that will cause it, that will happen. But mine was lack of hydration. Yeah, I don't wish it on my worst enemy. It was so bad. You know how you're in so much pain you can't stop moving? I was like, it was so bad. Yeah, exactly. He was on the floor. He was dying. It was terrifying. Yeah, it was bad. It's so bad. Do not. When I was in not the emergency room, urgent care, like I couldn't even sit there. Like, you know how urgent care you can wait for like 2 hours? I said, there's no way. There's no way I'm waiting this long. So I was like squirming in my chair, and I had to like rush past everybody saying, I'm going to pass out. Get me someone. So they said they triaged somebody, and I was able to be seen immediately, but it was horrendous. Yeah. I don't typically think kidney stones require surgery, do they? Oh, too much salt. Thanks, Erin. Thank you for watching my shorts. I hope you're thumbing up the shorts as well. Appreciate that. You're the second person to compliment my shorts. Hello, Melina or Moline. Sometimes the stones need to be broken up so it can be passed. Yeah. I'm not an expert on it. Mm, that sounds about right, Chica. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the medicine actually breaks them up or either like makes them smaller so that they can pass. Interesting. What can you eat? Everything we were told to eat now it causes harm. Yeah, because we think that, like, if you look at that food pyramid they used to give us when we were kids, like, that thing has changed so much as more information and knowledge comes out. Like, people used to say, drink milk so you can get strong bones. Child, do not be drinking that milk to get strong bones. Like, I hope. Anyway, go to the gym, lift, that gives you strong bones. Eat leafy vegetables, but hydrate at the same time. Maybe not spinach because of the. What's in my salad? Little hummingbird. Girl, let me tell you what's in this salad. So I sauteed and cooked lean ground turkey with zucchini, yellow squash, bell pepper, and onion, red bell pepper and onion. Mix that together. Use the lettuce as a base. Put that on top. Seasoned it. Added avocado and cottage cheese. Mm-mm-mm. 5,000%. Exactly, moderation. That's the key right there. I tend to go overboard with everything because I love everything. When my mom was pregnant with me, she must have eaten everything because I came out. I'm not picky at all. Like, I will eat. The only things I do not like, there's only 3 things on this planet that I do not like to eat. This is coconut in preserved shredded form. I hate shredded coconut. I do not like mushrooms. I don't understand what I'm eating when I'm eating mushrooms. And I also do not like. That's it. Those are the only 2 things I cannot stand. Everything else I will partake in. Yeah, literally everything else. But I overdo everything because I love everything besides those 2 things. Oh my god, your mom used to eat bouillon. Did she do that while while she was pregnant with you? She probably did that when she was pregnant with you too. And that's why you like it. Because I was just saying, when my mom was pregnant with me, she ate everything. That's why I like everything. On top of that, when I was a kid, you know those big tubs of butter and margarine? I used to go in the refrigerator and just like dig my hand in the butter and eat it. And I just kept going back for more. I don't know what enticed me to do that, why I had a craving, but I would open up the margarine and just dig my fingers and eat the butter. My mom probably opened up the lid one day and saw some like little baby hands, some toddler hands. It was like, what in the world? So I know mushrooms can be good, and they also serve as good like vegan alternatives. Like, a lot of vegan restaurants will use a certain type of mushroom to create a chicken texture. So it's just the way that they're cooked that's the only way I can eat them. Like, just sauteing mushroom. The problem is I don't understand what I'm eating. I'm like, what am I chewing on right now? It's just my brain is not computing what I'm eating, so it feels like an unnecessary food group. If my brain can't process what I'm eating, I don't want to eat it. I'm like, what is it that I'm tasting? Well, you might as well rob because you're gonna keep hearing them for the rest of the night. This is like this street here right in front of me is Motorbike Street for sure.
I do like frog legs. I've never had escargot. Oh, you know what? Clams and oysters. Those are another things I can't figure out what I'm eating. So those are the three things. Shredded coconut, mushroom, and oysters. Whenever I'm eating that, I can't, and my brain is not computing. Why are we doing this? What are we eating right now? It must be fun at pizza parties. Not every pizza has mushroom. I cannot stand cantaloupe. It always tastes like musty armpits. I don't know if I'm buying them out of season or over ripened. I don't get the hype. Musty armpits is crazy. Girl, I love me some cantaloupe, but everybody's got their thing. The fruit that I don't like is papaya. Like, I'll eat it, I can eat it, but the smell, it smells like musty armpits. And you gotta be honest, papaya smells like somebody just rubbed their armpits all up on. I think it is a texture. I think it is a texture thing. Portobello mushrooms are great patty. Yes, exactly. Rob. That's because you weren't sneaking and doing it. I was sneaky. My mom did not know I was digging my hands in the butter container. It was the big one too. For some reason, we were kids. Well, maybe it was big because I was small. But when I was younger, we would get the big old. I don't know why they were so big. We were gonna run out of butter or something. Exactly, it's just the garlic butter. About to get on your bike, Rob? Okay, enjoy. Ride safe. Helmet. All the things. You know, if I make this hot again, I'm gonna just do the lean ground beef and the squash. And leave the lettuce out. I remember one time I made this chicken tortilla soup. It was so good. I was in there chefing. You didn't know your mom had snuck up on you. Oh. She was like, boy, if you don't. She didn't have to kiss you that hard though. That's crazy. She noticed. Did she knock you into next week though? If not, I don't think you and Rob's story compares very well. I'm about to go put some ice in this cup, y'all. Give me a second. And I think I'm gonna go to bed at like 7 p.m. Maybe that's a little too early. Okay, I'm gonna shoot for 8:30. Let's shoot for 8:30. Do you play guitar? And if so, have you ever listened to Leanne La Havas? I do have a guitar. I've never heard of that artist. It's so funny you say that because I was just thinking to myself how I never play my guitar anymore. First of all, my nails are too long right now, so I can't really. It's out of tune too. I gotta cut my nails so I can really play this thing. But I used to really play all the time. Anyway, it's hard to, you can't play when your nails are this long. You have to cut them off so you can hold the strings down. Should I look up Leon La Havas? Is that what you're saying? I have a new artist to listen to. Alright, y'all, let's take this bowl down. And let's also Dakota, what you know about India Irie? I'm shook right now. Who are you? Rob, you have this guitar too? What? Look at us with all these things in common, y'all. My mom put me on to India Irie when I was pretty young. She is the truth. Said he is the truth. Said he is so real. And I love the way he Alright, I'm like, should I wash these dishes one time or should I just to answer your question, Rob, though, I did not ever learn an India Irie song, but I'm sure if I just got a couple of chords, I could sing along, you know. Just some universal chords. There's some chords you can learn and play any song. It's pretty cool. Okay, that's not working. Let's get some ice. The song, The Truth. Yes. Dishes. Yes. Mm. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Mm-hmm. I love the way he thinks. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get copyrighted. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all got me out here singing. Let's do some dishes real fast, y'all. Let's knock this out. If I just get them out the way now, I don't have to take them out tomorrow. Mind you, I have a whole dishwasher right here that I refuse to use. I didn't grow up with a dishwasher, so now that I have one, I don't really use it. I really need to try to sleep. Have a good day, night.
Bye, Lucas. Have a good night. I hope you get some rest. Thanks for joining in today. I appreciated your dialogue. Ocarina of Time. Is that a video game, Armani? Hey guys. Okay. You're welcome. Oh my god, I feel good about having everything done. The earlier I go to bed, the earlier I can wake up. I'll just take a shower tonight. Yeah, I'll just take a shower tonight, go to bed, and have, yeah, I'm good. We're good. We're glib. Everything's good. Wait, what are you talking about, Dakota? I hear you humming that lovely tune, Honey Love You Partying. Don't go to bed too early because you'll wake up too early and be sleepy at work. It's true. I'm exhausted. I think I believe anyway, I'm not gonna be TMI. I think the lady time is coming. I'm just like exhausted, and this usually only happens when that, yeah. So anyway, yesterday when I was at the game, like about 20 minutes before the game was over, I was exhausted. I was like, okay, this is fun, but get me out of here. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready for this match to be over. Tired. That wet bar go hard. Yeah, it's a pretty good bar. She got like 75 bottles of liquor over there, I see. That's not my liquor. That is quite the trouble. You drive or fly? You talking about inside my place? From here to LA is only 2 hours. It was a bus. They took us all on those little travel buses. Are
you done reading your books? No. That's what I need to be doing instead of doom scrolling. It's a huge bottle. It's pretty big. I guess it is bigger than my head, isn't it? Was your seat partner fun? Yes. He was this young guy from Virginia that just moved out here like last week. He was like 22 years old. And he was talking about how he took this opportunity to work for the company, like the organization, part-time situation. And he was like, yeah, I'm hoping to turn it into something full-time. He just took the job, part-time job. And yeah, we were talking about a lot of stuff. He's like 10 years younger than me, so we were talking about soccer, sports, and I was telling him how I was like kind of crazy in college and he didn't do any partying. He just graduated like 2 years ago. How about a whole gallon of water? I'm not drinking liquor. Tiny head, such a large brain. Is he gonna get a second date? What are you talking about, Dakota? He's 22. 10 years younger than me. It wasn't a date. I'm so tired. I'm gonna fall asleep. I think I need a nap. What are you talking about, Armani? When you get a first date? What part of he's 10 years younger than me? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years younger than me. Is not processing. I'm not dating a guy 10 years younger than me. Maybe if I'm 50 and he's still 10 years, if I'm 50 and he's 40, that's just crazy though. If I'm gonna be 32 next week, what does a 32-year-old woman want with a 22-year-old kid? That's just to me that I just cannot ever process that. 32 and 22? And really, he's not 22 because guys age mature slower. So really, he's like 18 in the head. Rob, shut up. Here you guys go. Here we go. As soon as I tell you that my seatmate was a guy, here you guys go. What does a 32-year-old woman want with a 40-year-old man? Well, that 32-year-old woman is actually 40 in the head. And that 40-year-old man is actually 32 in the head, so it works out just fine. Oh. Well, it's really what I just said. Interesting perspective, Armani. For me, it's just maturity and where people are in their lives. I notice that if I want to settle down, I'll have to get with a guy that wants to also settle down. Not just because of his age, but there's plenty of guys who are that age and still think they're like in their 20s and they want to keep playing the field. But age can also help with someone who might want to settle down, but at the same time, I just don't see what a 22-year-old guy can do for me. He's just so young. I mean, I remember when I was 22, I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. Maturity-wise, experiences, like I can teach him so many things and he just can't teach me anything. That's not true. I'm sure he can teach me something, but not for what I'm looking for. Yeah, it can help, but not always. Thank you, Raul. He's not experienced. Chica said, I like to make sure as guys are represented properly. Some of us are actually more mature than the age. Some of you guys are. I'll give you an example. My prom date, I've spoken to him before. My prom date was 2 years younger than me, and he was more experienced than I was. And he was very mature and a gentleman. And I remember me feeling like the immature one because he had just lived more life than I had. He's already married right now to a woman who's probably, I think, 7 years older than him. Because he was very mature. So there are some guys I've met over the course of my life where they are there because either life has required them to be, or so I get you, Chica. I think the world is getting more mature. It's an interesting perspective. I think there's only some things that life can teach you. Some people are book smart, but they're still naive. At the same time, people have common sense, but you also don't know what you don't know until you experience it, or don't experience. You know what I'm saying? So there's just only some things that life can teach you. Doesn't matter how many books you read. Doesn't matter. Well, that's not true. Books can help you. Information can help you. We're in the age of information, so people will probably make less mistakes as we did before. That's true, Rob. They do. I'm not at the age right now where I want to do that. Like I'm still young, and I don't want to start dating that 10-year age gap thing younger than me to feel young again, because I am young. I think if I ever decided to do that, like dating a younger man, is if I'm in my 50s and I want to start feeling young again, I'll probably see if I can bag a 35-year-old guy or something, but not while I'm 31. That's just too young. Every human has 2 lives, and the second begins, and you realize you only have 1 life to live. Correct. Especially in this body. I'm only gonna be Sadiqa one time. No one else will. Isn't that crazy? You're only gonna be Dakota once. There's only gonna be 1 Armani. There's only gonna be 1 Rob. There's only gonna be 1 everybody else is here. You're only gonna pass through this cycle 1 time, which is crazy to think about. It really is a gift. And very precious. Thank you for saying that, Dakota. I think just what I've been going through with my family and like us experiencing these transitions, if you will, it has that what you said just hit really hard for me. Like there's only gonna be 1 time that you get to go through this life cycle in this body, as in you start as a baby, you go through this 1 life cycle of all the stages of life in this specific body 1 time, and it's never going to happen again. Someone can look similar to you, someone can sound sort of like you, but it'll never be you again. That's crazy. That's just hitting me really hard right now. It's wild. Thank you for saying that. There will only be 1 Sadiqa. Ever. Crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. So what should we do with that information? What can we do with that information? Live hard, love hard. Love hard, play hard. Good things, good things. If you like that, you might like Stoicism. Check it out. Okay. I'll have to check Stoicism out. Take dreams, build a plan, and execute. Yes, I like that. Makes me want to try again. When I was younger, I dated a lot of older women. Yeah? I know a lot of young guys who are doing that too. Lastly, a lot of younger guys today are even shooting their shot at older women. I'll be at the park or walking in the park that I go walk at, and there's this guy who'd be like 23. He's like, hey, when I see you young people want to exchange numbers, and I'm like, hey, that's kind of you, but I'm like 10 years older than you. I can't do that. He's like, I don't mind. Yeah, but I do. It's always funny when they say, I don't mind. I know you don't. That's why you came up to me. I mind. You guys, I'm so tired. I need to take a nap. We're on our 203rd minute. Woohoo! What is that, 3 hours? 3.5 hours. Crazy. Okay, guys, I'm gonna call it. Thank you for meal prepping with me. I appreciated all of our conversation today. You guys are the best. For you. Great to see you all. Dakota, Chica, Rob, Armani, the usuals. Tato, welcome. Logging out from Southern California. Tato, that was for you. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Rob. That sounds like, yeah. All right, don't be sad, Dakota. Good Sunday night. Yes, good Sunday night. All right, you guys. I'll see you guys next time, and have a good rest of your night. Smooches. Love you, Soul Tribe. Talk to you soon.